Hi and welcome back to my channel and I'd just like to say thank you for your subscriptions, your messages, do really appreciate it. So as I said in the last video, I'm coming back in with the Bouquet of Gnomes and the Blooming Lovely Day. So what I have done is I have prepped everything that I'm going to be using to save a little bit of time, because I'm going to make 3 cards this time, using up them remaining toppers that I had from the last video. So for this first card it is going to be a reverse easel, and this is a 6 by 12 piece of cardstock, scored at 6 and then scored at 3, folded and scored again, and then it will stand up like this on the when it's completed. And then a gold mirror mat, 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6, and then the piece of cardstock is 4 notches under the 6 both ways, and then for the top bit here, that is 2 notches under the 3 and 2 notches under the 6, and the top piece, the yellow card, is 4 notches under 3 and 4 notches under 6. And then this is the topper for this one that I'm going to be using, and then I've got the 2 little tags. So first off, you're going to be using your Clout all-purpose glue all over there, and then your tacky glue in the 4 corners, and then place that onto your gold mirror mat, and then turn over and do the same again, your all-purpose, then your tacky on the corners, and bring in your card blank, and then place that down onto there like so, and then bring your top piece in. Do your layer first, and then your tacky in them 4 corners again, and then place onto there like so. And then your all-purpose glue on the back again, and then your tacky in them 4 corners. Bring in your card blank, place them down onto there like so. And then for this one I'm going to keep all the things intact, all the frames, that's the word I'm looking for, intact, and because this is going to be acting, so you need that to go like that so it stands up like that. And then you'll have your things, your tags coming onto here. I just noticed on here it's got a little bit of pip hanging over the edge on this one. Just trim that bit off. So what I'm going to do is place some foam pads when I find them. Bear with me a minute. So just need to see how high up I need to put this. Oh, what I could have done was brought in a bit of ribbon, which I might do that anyway. I think when I have it standing about there, just turn it over and just place some of these onto there. Move down a little bit. And then these ones here. And hopefully work as a stopper. Just going to put another one on that bit there. Peel these off. Same with both of them. A bit of tacky glue on the back of them. Just going to place the one down for the minute. I'm going to put another foam pad in the middle there. I'm just going to rest that. Take these backings off. Let's put some tacky glue on the back of these foam pads. I'm trying to get it so it's centre before I stick it down properly. Yep, it's in the right place, I think. Yep, it's pretty straight. The only thing I forgot about this was it is a shaped topper, so hoping that having them two there will keep it open. There we go. So that is that there. And then what I'm going to do is put a little bit of ribbon across there and then add some gems. But the ribbon I want to go with is I'm going to go with a little bit of blue. I can find the end of it. cut a bit off for my bow. Sorry, I'm rustling a little bit, trying to get my ribbon back into the bag that it come in. It's going to go in, stay there. Okay, so now I'm going to need some red liner tape. The skinny one will do. Which is good for putting on ribbon when you don't think of it in the first place. Hopefully it'll go straight. Not very straight on there, but hopefully when I put the ribbon on it'll go a bit straighter. Peel that red liner backing off. Make sure you've got your ribbon up the right way. I think I might turn this around for this job. Place your ribbon onto the card and then just go and push it along and it should be okay. Just take that little bit off the end like so, and then for the bow tie it into a knot. Then do the loops. This is where I struggle doing the loops and the pull through. Let's do that again. Might take me a little while, guys. I didn't leave myself enough ribbon to pull it. Oh. Nope, didn't leave myself enough to tie it. Okay, so if you're making a ribbon like this, or bow, sorry, make sure you leave the ribbon that's long enough so that you can actually tie the bow. Like me. Okay, there we go, that's the bow. and then put a dot onto the ribbon there. Oops, got a dot stuck to my finger now. Get rid of that. I think I'm going to have to learn how to use a bow maker. And then place that onto there. Cut off any excess that you don't really need, and it seems like a waste. There we go. Get some gems now. I'll throw that in the bin. Can use some blue gems. For this one. And I'm going to use these lighter coloured ones, I think. Put one in each corner there. And I'm going to come up here with the ribbon. One on there, and a couple of these little teeny tiny ones. One there, and then one on that side. And that card is done. All I've got to do is put an insert on it. Could have done with being a little bit straighter there. Or actually hiring up the bits. These ones could have been done with a little bit higher. It will stand, just about. That's alright, that'll do. Right, so that's card number 1. And I'm just going to get sorted for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, so again I'm using one of the toppers that's left, and a topper from the little book of Gnomes, a little book of Bouquet of Gnomes. And what I've done is I've got a 7x7 card blank, and I've cut a gold bit of mirror, 2 notches under the 7 both ways, and then I've embossed a zigzag pattern onto a bit of pink adorable scorable, not all the way around because they are only 6x6. So I've just done because this is going to get covered over, and I've cut a piece of another adorable scorable edge to edge from the Bouquet of Gnomes, and that's going to be overlaid onto there. And then this one is a bit of adorable scorable cut down to fit the little book of Gnomes, or little Bouquet of Gnomes book. And I've used a corner puncher, which is this one, and then the crimper, or the ribbler, whatever you want to call it, is the Hunkydory one. So you just put it in there and then turn the handle and it goes through and gives that ripple effect. And then I have taken a happiest birthday wishes out of one of my sentiment books. Okay, so to do this I'm going to put some all-purpose glue on the back of this. And then tacky glue on them 4 corners. And then place this down onto my gold mirror mat. like so, and then put the all-purpose glue on the back of the mirror, and then the tacky one into them 4 corners. And for those of you that are new to the channel, the glue is Kalau, similar to the Hunkydory construction glue, and the tacky glue is similar to Hunkydory's white glue, I think it's called. Just placing that onto there, trying to move it over slightly because it's a bit too far over one side. There we go, that'll do. So this one now, you can either place it flat or you can put it on some foam pad. I'm not going to use them scissors because I keep using, so I have 2 sets of scissors, one for cutting foam pads and one for cutting paper and stuff. So I'm just going to cut some of this off of this foam reel and place it along here. Let's do it that way. Let's cut a bit, hopefully it's not too big, for that bit there. Bit along there. Excuse me, bit of a tickle. Bit there. Need to put a little bit in this gap. A little bit into there, and then fill up these other little bits. Like so, just so you've got enough support on that. And then peel that off. I mean, you don't have to raise this one up, you can leave it flat if you prefer. Pull all these backings off. The reason why I'm raising up a little bit is because of the embossing on that piece of cardstock that's there already. Just put some all-purpose glue, not all-purpose, sorry, your tacky glue onto the back of them foam pads, foam pad reels. Bring your card in, place this roughly where you want it, like so. Bring this one in. So again, you can put that onto a piece of white backing paper, card rather, if you want it a bit more stability for sticking onto this one. You just have to be a bit more mindful that it is paper that you're going to be sticking onto cardstock, so a little bit more fragile. And the paper out of the pads, and then place some tacky glue onto the backs of them. Bring in your adorable scoreable bit of card that you've cut out. And this bit of card I cut out by eye, I didn't measure it or anything, so I'm no good at the measurements for that, so I just do them by eye. And then if it's too big, cut a little bit more off. I'd rather cut it too big than have it too small, and then you can't do anything with it and you've wasted a bit of card. So it's better to make it too big and then trim down to size. And these foam roll pads, or this foam roll is from The Works. So you get them with the other foam pads that I've been using. think it's £2 you get a roll, and then I can't remember how many packs of foam pads you get. I haven't bought none for a while, but they are good. It's just that you get the roll lasts a lot longer than what the foam pads do, obviously, so you end up with loads of these which normally don't get used. They just sit in a drawer, so I decided to use some of them up. So now I want to place this one over here somewhere where it's going to go overlap on this one. So I need to place this one. I think I might have to add a bit more foam pad to some of this, because I just remembered one bit is going to be higher up than the other. Just remember to do that first before you go sticking it down. I think that one might need to go all the way across actually, and the other one there. Got another bit to put on there. So look, don't place it down yet. Yep, that's perfect. So now I'm going to have to pull these backings off again. Just remember to do that and test before you go pulling the backings off, and then you have to go back in and pull it off. It's easier to do it beforehand. Okay, so turn that over. Let's move you off for a minute. Before I go pressing it down, I just need to make sure that's perfect. Now I'm just trying to decide whether this one, whether I'm going to bring it up or leave it like that underneath slightly. And I've got this little button to put on. Pull that off, and with this little button doesn't really matter which way around it goes on. Just going to go there and overlap, and then this one will go down in this corner, which I don't think I needed it to be that big. I'm just going to double that one. And then put a small bit under there, because I don't need it too big. It should be enough. It's going to go there. And we'll do this one. Squeaky, not very straight. This is what I say, make sure you place them. Actually, let me put some of this. I always forget to put the I always forget sometimes to put the glue onto them foam pads, but these are very, very sticky as well, so and that can go there like so. And now for some gems. What colour gems? Blue, pink, or a bit of both. Let's go with the blue. Let's go with these turquoisey ones, I think. Put one on there, one on there, and then one on that bit. And then the other ones, the pinky ones. I'm going to come in with, what ones did I use on the blue? The pale, brighter ones. Let's come in with these ones then. I'm going to go one there. Turn my card around, one there, and then the other one next to it, like so. So that is that. Let's move them out of the way. So that is card number 2 done. If you wanted to go on there with a bow, a ribbon and a pink, which and the lighter pink or the darker pink. Let's go in with the dark pink. Let's see if I can get my fingers working for a bow this time. I know a bow maker can't be that hard to use really. I've seen people do it, and I've seen people make bows this way as well, like just in their hand. So I know bows are not that hard to make, but it's just getting it tight enough when you do it by hand. Sometimes you don't need the bow to be that big. That's why sometimes I tend to buy my bows rather than make them. Just trying to pull this one a bit bigger. And then the bow, oops, this one has not gone to plan. Just give it a bit of a, oops. Okay, that'll have to do. Place you onto there. Place you there. Ones. There we go, that'll do. That's card number 2. And then I'm just going to get set up for card number 3. Right, so for card number 3, I've got a 6x6 piece of card again. I've taken a page out of the Bouquet of Gnomes pocket pad and I have fussy cut that out. I did lose his little flower on the end of his little hat, but it's no biggie. And then I've got the little tag thing, and then out of my birthday sentiment book I've got Happy Birthday to You, or out of my sentiment books. This is the original topper that was on the last of that sheet, and this is the last tag from there, is Just For You. So I have done a mirror mat of 6 by 2 notches under the 6 both ways. Then I've taken a piece of the edge to edge cardstock that is 4 notches under 6 each side, or 2 sides, and then I've taken smaller pieces of mirror. So each mirror mat is 2 by 2, and then the bit of yellow cardstock is 2 notches under the 2 both ways. So I've got 4 of them, and I'm going to bring in some yellow ribbon with this one as well. So what I'm going to do is turn this over, bring in this tape. Just going to place a little bit of tape there, peel that off, and place another bit over this side so that I can attach my ribbon to. Okay, and then I need my pokey tool to get the back ends off of these, if it wants to come off, that is. Being a little bit of a nuisance. And then pull that one off, and then I need to pick out the yellow. Bit of a mess with my ribbons, so it's either the bright yellow or the pale yellow. I think I'm going to go with the brighter one for this one. So what I'm going to do is place this onto here, and I'm going to bring it around, not too taut. Make sure I don't twist it. So I'm doing that off camera, guys. And then place that down there, and then trim. So you're not using too much ribbon. Put that back over there, sort that out later. And if it's not straight enough, you should be able to peel the ribbon back away from that tape, just so you can straighten that up a little bit. And then stick it back down. And then we're going to go in with the all-purpose tacky glue and go over them ribbons a little bit so they stay in place. And then you tacky glue in the 4 corners as normal. Bring in your mirror. Oh no, the green piece of cardstock that I used here was 3 notches under the 6, because I think the gold mirror is slightly under the 6 by 6, or 2 notches under the 6. I think it's just slightly off, not by much, just by a smither. And then bring in your card, make sure your card's up the way you want it. I always do mine 10th fold. And then place this onto your cardstock. With any luck, it'll go where I want it to. So there we go, onto there like so, and then it'll stand up. And then for the gold, these bits you just need to put the glue on the back as normal on all of them. 2, 3, 4. Like so. Oh, and not drop it on the floor. Do the same. I've got butterfingers today. Do the same for the next one. Like so. Next one. Like so. Last one. Like so. Give them a little bit of a shimmy around because otherwise they're going to move all over the place. And then these are going to go onto here. So what I tend to do is just place them onto the card like so. And then this is going to go onto there. And then obviously this is going to go onto there like that. So then we come in with the all-purpose glue again. Place it where you want it. Next one. Again, just take you out of the way. Place that one there. Next one. And then the last one. And then come in with this, and you can put your foam pads on this. As normal, even though it is paper. As I say, just be careful when you're placing this down onto your card, and that you've got enough on there to support it as well. Cut your foam pads up, so you can put one on there. You need to put one on the little flower, and then I'm going to need another little bit, which I've got some bits jumping around. Don't think I need any more on there. Let's put that back over there. Oops. Let's grab my topper one. Some more foam pads. Just place them wherever you like. How many? A little, whatever you like. Peel these off. And then put a bit of tacky on the back of them again. Bring in your card. And kind of layer. So let me see. Do I need to put him on first, or do I need to put him on after? Place him there, and we come in with this one. Peeling off the backings. Doing the little tiny ones. One more on his flower. He's holding. And you have to be very delicate with that flower there because it's holding on by a thread. Bring in your card base. Place that down delicately. And then for this, need a foam pad, but not a big one. See if I've got some little bits that I can use up. Maybe not in there. Okay, we'll use one of these. So put one on there. Do the same with this one. To there, and then the one on this one. Happy birthday. Cut it in half because it's a little bit. You know, it would have fit on, but and then decide where you want to put these. So I'm thinking of putting that there. Place that there. And then this up there. Actually, take that off. Put this one on first. Happy birthday to you, and then this one can go underneath it, and just for you. And then some gems, which I'm going to use the green ones this time. I'm going to go in with the, what one shall I go with? These ones, I think. Put one there. One there, and one there, and then one there, one there, oops, oops, and then one onto there. And that is that one done. So that is the 3 cards made with the remainder of the toppers that I had left from that first blooming lovely day. So let me bring in card number 2 and then card number 1. So there you have 3 cards all done with 1 topper and some, well, altogether 5 cards done with that 1 topper sheet, and a few bits from the little book that I got. So that is it for this one, guys. So next time when I come back, I'll be coming back with this kit again, and I'll be coming back with either the decoupage one from this, which is a lovely bunch, or I'll be going on to the next one, which is New Beginnings, which is the blue one. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. Oh no, I forgot to do something, just remembered. I need to put the bow on, don't I? Because this one needs a bow. So I'm going to have another attempt at making a bow. Again, put it over there. Let's tie you in a knot. And the tree in the loop, in the rabbit hole, or whatever it's called. I don't know, making a bow, as I said earlier, is like an art in itself, isn't it, I think. Because you have to pull it tight enough, but trying to pull it tight enough by holding onto it and not having the bow unravel is hard work. Don't undo it. Just spent all that time doing it. Okay. She says, I think that's going to have to do, guys. Like I say, I need a bit more practice. And then glue dot onto there. Place that onto there. See, now these scissors are all sticky. There we go. My bow making skills are not that good, as I've established, but it's better than nothing. Although my first couple of bows were pretty good, this one's turned out to be a little bit of a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, I'm not happy with that bow. Nope, not happy with that bow at all. And I think some of the bows that I've got too bright or too big. See if I've got one that's similar to colour to what I've already got there. Yeah, I'm going to go with one of these bows until I practice. There we go. It was nearly there, it was just I couldn't get these bits to go right. But anyway, practice, practice, practice. So, right now I've finished up. That is it for this one, guys. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for your support. Do really appreciate it, and I'll be back with the next topper from this kit. Until then, take care and happy crafting. Bye for now.